Still in disbelief that the location and evil spirits would affect the material technically, I continued to interview Tahir, which only led to more glitches. This was the third tape, but to account these artifacts to normal tape dropouts were now out of the question.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about the actual conduction of the exorcism. I mean, will it take place in every room, as you say? They will go through the house.
They'll go through every room, and it's one of those things. You know what it's like. I've come from the West. I've been trying to get concrete details, exactly what's going to happen and who's going to stand where and that sort of thing. And Sufyan, my guy who works for me, who lined it all up, I said to him, I'd like them to start at 6:30 and go on till 12 or something. And he said they might just go on for days, because to them it's not entertainment, to them it's a job. And it might just take days and days to exorcise the jinns. And I'm getting a bit worried because I've got to pay the exorcists. And I've got to feed them. It's even worse. I mean, okay, the money is one thing, but then I've got to provide meals for them all the time because they're hungry guys. But the thing is, they'll sweep through the rooms, one room through the house, one room after the next, purifying and sucking jinns out, playing really, really loud sounds with these kind of Moroccan castanets and drums and like these clarinet things they've got. And it's partly to just piss the jinns off, and it's partly to suck them in. It's a bit like Ghostbusters. You remember that movie, Ghostbusters? Yeah. Okay, they got the ghosts all really pissed off, and then they suck them into this trap, and then they put them in a big box. But like in Ghostbusters it all went crazy, and the ghosts all escape. And the belief here is the same sort of thing. If it's not done right, the jinns will come back, and they'll come back with other jinns. And I mean,
I wanted to ask you, can it go wrong?
Yes, it can go wrong. We had a wall collapse when they were. Oh, come with me. I'll show you this. We had a wall collapse that they had built, and we had to start all the building work again. And when they were building up here, they built this part, and there used to be a glass roof here. A guy fell through the glass roof, and he was found on the ground here, half dead. And the architect scooped him up and took him away somewhere. And I was saying, look, are we going to be sued? This surely isn't a good thing. But it was all sort of hushed up, and he was taken away, and I never heard from them, and I never got a legal case against me. But that was bad luck caused by jinns. And there's everywhere I look, I see, okay, they're laying floors right now, but we've had tremendous bad luck. We've had bad luck because there was water under the floor, so they had to lay extra thick concrete. And we've had bad luck with the plumbing and the boilers, and we've just had a lot of bad luck in this house. But look how thick, this is an example for you. Look how thick the walls are. And they believe that jinns live in the walls. Some of these walls are sort of 6 feet thick in other parts of the house. So they've said to me, you've got thick walls, you've got a hell of a lot of jinns packed. And another crazy thing, we've applied on these walls something called tadilect, which is originally from Marrakesh, and it's a kind of stucco plasterwork. And it's made with marble dust and egg white. And we had to buy 3,000 eggs just for these rooms. A crazy thing is that there's as I said, there's the belief that the jinns live in the walls.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be sucking them through the walls. And the guy who's doing the walls, when he heard there was going to be an exorcism, he got all worried because he said, well, you might damage my walls. I've just put this on. But then he smiled and he said, no, I've done the best job in the world. I've done a job which would satisfy the king of Morocco, he said. And he said, jinns can pass through my walls and they won't damage them at all.
Well, I hope you'll get the jinns out of this beautiful house. Otherwise...
So do I. So do I.
I now knew more about jinns. However, with a few days to spare, I decided to travel to Marrakesh to see if I could enrich my knowledge further through speaking to native Moroccans. From experience, I was well aware of the risk that Tahir was exaggerating ever so slightly. I was also keen to test whether the jinn tape dropouts would disappear once I got away from the house.